At the beginning of the story, we're introduced to Astro Boy, and right away we see the breathtaking Metro City. Floating high above the Earth, Metro City is a futuristic, high-tech paradise suspended in the sky. It's powered by advanced robotics, clean energy, and groundbreaking innovation. We're then introduced to Dr. Tenma, the brilliant scientist who helped build Metro City. He's the head of modern robotics and the creator of countless robots designed to serve and assist humans. A visionary, a genius, a man completely devoted to science. At school, we meet his son, Toby. Toby is incredibly intelligent. During a test at school, he finishes with ease and walks out confidently. He's gifted, maybe even more than his father realizes. Toby's caretaker is Orin, a robotic nanny who looks after him. As Toby rides home in his futuristic car, his father appears in a live holographic conference. Dr. Tenma apologizes, saying he promised to take Toby somewhere special, but President Stone has given him responsibility over the Peacekeeper project, and he can't keep his promise. Toby thinks it's a joke, but Tenma responds coldly, "I never joke," and ends the call. Disappointed, Toby orders Orin to take him to the Ministry of Science. Orin refuses, but Toby overrides him and forces the vehicle to go anyway. At the ministry, we see President Stone speaking with Dr. Tenma. Tenma warns him that Dr. Elephant is a good man, and he will never agree to use his research for dangerous purposes. Stone simply replies, "I'll handle Dr. Elephant." Toby arrives and tells his father he wants to see the demonstration station, the one Tenma always talks about. President Stone invites him along. On the way, Toby criticizes the D-Class interceptor technology, saying it's outdated and no longer in use. Stone doesn't appreciate the comment and orders a robot to escort Toby away. Meanwhile, Dr. Elephant reveals a revolutionary discovery, the blue core energy, a power source stronger and more controllable than nuclear energy. Used correctly, it could transform the world. But there's a problem. Alongside it, they discovered a dangerous counterpart, negative red energy, unstable and destructive. President Stone orders both energies to be secured. Then he reveals his true motive. He wants to win re-election. With the blue core, he can power a massive military robot and secure victory. Toby is locked inside a room, but using his intelligence, he tricks the robot guarding him and escapes. Dr. Tenma prepares to activate the Peacekeeper robot and begins loading it with blue core energy, but President Stone stops him and secretly loads the negative red energy instead. This robot needs to be powerful. I have an election to win. The test begins. At first, the Peacekeeper functions perfectly. Then suddenly, it malfunctions. The robot turns violent and begins attacking everyone inside the station. To contain it, Tenma seals the main doors, but Toby is trapped inside. Desperate, Tenma tries to open the doors, but they won't budge. In a final attempt, he uses a massive surge of power to break through, but it's too late. Toby is killed in the explosion. Dr. Elephant manages to destroy the Peacekeeper by using the blue core energy. The aftermath is devastating. Dr. Tenma collapses in grief, holding Toby's cape, and then he finds a strand of Toby's hair. Using that DNA, Tenma creates a robot, a perfect replica of Toby, not just in appearance, but in memory and personality. He requests the blue core energy from Dr. Elephant and installs it inside the robot. The robot awakens, powerful, identical, alive. Tenma looks at him and sees his son again. Because this robot doesn't just look like Toby, he remembers everything Toby remembered. The next morning, the robot Toby wakes up and asks, "Dad, was I sick?" Tenma hugs him tightly. "No, you weren't sick." Orin sees him and freezes. Something is different. Toby looks the same, but Orin senses he's a robot. Confused, he quietly walks away. Tenma tells Toby he no longer needs to go to school. He'll teach him at home. From now on, they'll spend all their time together, because the real Toby is gone, and Tenma is trying to hold on to what's left. Toby is happy. He begins studying under his father's guidance. When given difficult problems to solve, he answers instantly, faster than any human could. He even starts manipulating the questions playfully, turning them into tiny animated robots. Tenma grows frustrated. He hands Toby a stack of books and says, "Try reading these," and then he walks away, unaware that the more he tries to recreate his son, the more he's creating something entirely different. Toby looks at the books his father gave him, but instead of reading them, he starts tearing out the pages, folding them into little paper toys. Soon, he's laughing and playing with Orin. Dr. Tenma walks into the room and freezes. "I gave you those books to read," he says sharply, "and you tore them apart." Orin quickly steps in. He says it was his idea. He even puts on Toby's cape to lighten the mood. But Tenma's expression darkens. "A robot should not wear my son's cape," he says quietly. The room falls silent. Tenma, overwhelmed with grief, sends Toby to his room. Later, Tenma calls Dr. Elephant. His voice trembles. "I made a mistake," he admits, "creating a robot like Toby. It feels wrong. Every time I look at him, I remember that my real son isn't coming back. He just reminds me of what I lost." Meanwhile, Toby is alone in his room. He overhears two window-cleaning robots talking outside. Curious, he approaches them and asks, "How can I hear you? I'm human." The robots panic. They back away in fear, and Toby loses his balance. He falls out of the window, but instead of crashing, he starts floating. The blue core inside him activates, lifting him into the air. At first, Toby has no control. He crashes into buildings, spins wildly through the sky, barely avoiding destruction. But slowly, he learns. He begins to control the power. He soars through the mountains beneath Metro City, free, fast, unstoppable. Excited, he decides to tell his father about his new abilities. At the same time, General Heckler informs President Stone that an unknown object is flying near the city. A robot scans it and confirms it's blue core energy. Stone immediately orders its location to be traced. He wants that energy captured. Back at the lab, Tenma tells Dr. Elephant to deactivate Toby. Toby overhears everything. Dr. Elephant gently tells him, "You're not like other children." Toby nods, "I know." Then he looks at Tenma and says proudly, "Dad, I can fly." But Tenma's face is cold. "I am not your father, you're a robot, and I don't need you." The words hit harder than any weapon. Heartbroken and angry, Toby flies away. He lands on top of a building. Suddenly, President Stone's robots surround him. Stone watches through a screen and recognizes him. That's Tenma's boy. Capture him. Toby takes off into the sky, and the robots chase after him. Missiles fire, lasers blast, metal machines swarm him from every direction, but Toby is too fast. He dodges them all. Some robots manage to grab him, but Toby outsmarts them, trapping them between buildings and breaking free. Frustrated, Stone orders General Heckler to deploy the massive defense robot, the Spirit of Freedom. As the enormous Spirit of Freedom robot arrives, even the other robots retreat in fear. Stone commands it to attack. The machine fires a devastating blast, and Toby is knocked out of the sky. He falls all the way down from Metro City to the dark, abandoned world below. Stone declares a citywide emergency. Military leave is cancelled. Every unit is ordered to capture the blue core robot immediately. Down on the surface, Toby lies unconscious in a scrapyard filled with broken robots. Shadowy machines move like ghosts around him. Startled and confused, Toby stumbles backward and falls deeper into the junkyard. A small robotic dog approaches him. His name is Trashcan. Trashcan grabs Toby and drags him away, then suddenly pushes him into a pit. Toby falls straight into a net trap. Moments later, a group of kids appear. They've captured him. They stare at him in confusion. "That's not a robot," one of them says. "That's just a kid." Toby insists, "I'm human. I came from Metro City." At the mention of Metro City, a girl named Cora lights up with excitement. She loves Metro City. And now, someone from there has fallen into her world. A boy named Zane steps forward and looks at Toby. "What are you doing down here? What did you come to take?" Toby replies quietly, "I'm looking for someone." The other kids introduce themselves one by one. For the first time since leaving Metro City, Toby doesn't feel completely alone. Suddenly, three strange robots appear: Sparks, Fridge, and Robotski. They grab Toby and carry him away. "You're free now." Sparks asks for his name. "Toby." One of the robots wrinkles his metallic face. "Toby? Nah, that's not a robot name." After a brief debate, they rename him Astro. Toby pauses, then smiles. He likes it. Astro. Sparks then shows him a picture of a man named Haymeg, a former Metro City scientist who now runs robot battles. Sparks explains that Haymeg has enslaved many robots and forces them to fight for entertainment. Before they can say more, Cora and the other kids arrive and take Astro back with them. On the way, Cora asks him his name. "My name is Toby," he says softly, "but my real name is Astro." Elephant demands to know where Tenma's robot boy is. "I'm running for re-election, and I need the blue core to win." Dr. Tenma tells Stone, "Find the robot. I'll deactivate him. Then you can have the blue core." Cora brings Astro to their hideout, a massive abandoned shelter filled with kids surviving on scraps. Haymeg stands in front of them all. "Did you bring me a robot head?" he asks the children. Just as Astro touches the broken robot's eye, it suddenly cracks apart and collapses into pieces. Astro calmly catches it in his bare hands. Everyone stares. Haymeg smiles. Zane quickly says, "He's from Metro City." Haymeg's eyes narrow with interest. He tells Astro that he used to work in Metro City's Ministry of Science with Dr. Tenma, but he loved repairing broken robots, and others were jealous of him. Eventually, he was thrown out of the city and sent down below. "But I'm glad you're here. This family needed a good kid." That night, they all sit together eating old food, 2 or 3 days stale. The kids laugh, joke, and fall asleep like siblings. For the first time, Astro feels like he belongs. The next morning, Trashcan keeps bothering Astro. The robotic dog knows the truth. He knows Astro isn't human. Astro keeps pretending, but Trashcan scratches something into the dirt for Zane. Astro is a robot, but Zane can't read. The secret remains safe. Later, Astro discovers an old, rusted robot buried in scrap metal. He tells the others about it. Korra shrugs. That thing is ancient, and it's way too heavy to move, but Astro climbs inside it anyway. He finds its name, Zog. Using his blue core energy, Astro scans the robot's systems and reactivates him. Zog powers on. Down nearby, Haymeg is training one of his robots to fight. Astro brings Zog to him. How did you restart this thing? Haymeg demands. Astro shrugs. I just kicked it. Haymeg stares, impressed but suspicious. Together, Astro and the kids clean Zog, polish him, and repaint him. Slowly, the broken machine starts to look brand new again. For the first time in years, Zog looks proud. Meanwhile, Korra tries using an old phone. No signal. There's never any network down here. And as Astro looks up toward the floating metro city above, he realizes he's farther from home than he's ever been. Astro fixes Korra's broken phone in seconds. Korra looks at him seriously and whispers, "My mom and dad are alive, and I'm actually from Metro City, but nobody knows that." Astro nods. "I won't tell anyone." He tries to tell her his own secret, that he's not human either, but the words won't come out, so he changes the subject. The next day, Haymeg takes Zog to the robot games. Astro asks Korra, "What are robot games?" She replies, "Robot fights." Inside the arena, massive machines battle each other for entertainment. When Zog enters, the other robots back away. He's enormous. Haymeg gathers the crowd and announces, "Some robots are so advanced, they're almost human." Then suddenly, he shocks Astro with electricity. Sparks fly. The crowd gasps. He's a robot from Metro City. Today we see what Astro Boy can do. A deadly robot is released into the arena. Astro refuses to fight, but when the robot attacks him, he's forced to defend himself. Within seconds, it's destroyed. Haymeg sends another, destroyed. Then dozens attack him at once. Astro defeats them all. The crowd erupts in cheers, but Haymeg wants more. He brings in Zog. Astro won't fight him, and Zog won't fight Astro. Angry, Haymeg shocks Astro again. Zog sees this and turns on Haymeg, nearly crushing him. Astro quickly stops Zog from hurting him, and that's when President Stone arrives. Astro is captured, but at the last second, Tenma changes his mind. He takes the blue core back and restores Astro. "You're not my son Toby," Tenma says softly, "but you're like a son to me." He tells Astro to run. Stone arrests both Tenma and Dr. Elephant. Then he orders scientists to activate the Peacekeeper robot using the red core energy. No one dares to do it, so Stone loads the red core himself. He commands the robot to destroy Astro and retrieve the blue core, but the red core energy is unstable. The Peacekeeper turns on Stone, swallowing him whole and smashes its way out of the building. The military robots attack, but they're powerless. Astro hears the explosions and flies back to Metro City. The red core monster attacks him instantly. Meanwhile, Korra and the kids watch Metro City from below. Korra looks heartbroken. She's fallen in love with Astro. Haymeg tries to escape in a car, but Zog stops him. Korra and the others take the vehicle and rush toward the city. Back in Metro City, Astro fights the red core machine. Buildings collapse. The monster grabs Astro, but Astro escapes using built-in machine guns. The red core slams him across the city. Korra and the kids arrive and rescue him just in time, but the red core begins malfunctioning, causing Metro City's technology to fail. The floating city starts falling. Astro flies beneath it, lifts the entire city on his shoulders, and gently lowers it to the ground. He saves everyone. But the red core rises again. It grabs Astro and pulls him toward its unstable energy core. A massive blast throws Astro across the battlefield. Dr. Tenma rushes to him. "If the blue and red energies touch," he says, "they'll cancel each other out. Both robots will be destroyed." Astro understands what that means. He flies straight at the red core and merges the blue energy inside him with the red energy of the monster. A blinding explosion fills the sky. The red core robot is destroyed, but so is Astro. Tenma falls to his knees in grief. Miraculously, President Stone survives the blast, but he's arrested. Korra and everyone rush to Astro's lifeless body. Dr. Elephant says quietly, "He was the greatest robot ever built, and now he's gone." Then Zog steps forward. Zog was also powered by blue core energy. He transfers his energy into Astro. A surge of light fills the air. Astro's eyes open. He's alive. He hugs Zog tightly. Dr. Elephant smiles and tells him, "The place you were searching for, it's right here, in everyone's hearts." Korra is reunited with her parents. Tenma gives Oren time off, telling him to finally enjoy life. And just when peace returns, aliens attack Metro City. Astro rises into the sky. Tenma asks, "Are you ready for this?" Astro smiles confidently. "I was built for this." He launches forward, throwing a powerful punch at the alien invader. And that is where the movie ends. If Astro's journey touched your heart, don't stop here. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join us for more epic stories just like this. Because sometimes, heroes aren't born, they're built.